Am I the a-hole for being too hard on my dad by saying he let me down when he chose being married over what was best for me? My dad and I, 17 female, started therapy 3 weeks ago, and last week during our third session, I opened up bluntly about how I feel like my dad let me down and failed me by prioritizing being married and his own happiness. This was not the first time I tried speaking openly to my dad about this, but it's the first time he said he appeared willing to listen, and the first time he took the harm it was doing to our relationship seriously. Let me explain. My mom died when I was just a baby, and my dad was a single dad until I was 4. It was then he met my stepmom, his wife Sharon. Sharon was a divorced mom with a 9-year-old son and an 8-year-old daughter. They got married when I was 5. Sharon's kids, my step-siblings, never liked me. They always hated me. When my dad and Sharon first got married, I thought of them as my siblings and loved them totally. But they were really mean to me. They'd say they hated me, that everyone hated me, that I should leave. They encouraged me to run away because nobody would miss me. They said I would never be their sister or their family, and I was a weirdo for calling them my siblings. Sharon noticed more than my dad. But I used to tell my dad, and when things got bad, I asked if we could leave. But he'd try and reassure me, but was very dismissive of how much it was hurting me. He told me we couldn't leave because Sharon was his wife and we were all a family now, and you can't leave a family. Sharon only ever said anything when her kids made me cry. I have 2 half-siblings from my dad and Sharon. I was so excited when they were born, and I bonded with them and loved helping with them and playing with them. But then my step-siblings decided to use them against me when they were older, and Sharon would let them do more, and eventually they told our half-siblings that if they wanted to do cool stuff with them, they had to say no to playing with me, and rejecting me became the normal thing. My younger siblings would repeat a lot of what my step-siblings would say to me. This continued even after my step-siblings moved out because they would take our younger siblings out, or they would visit them and bring gifts. For the year to year I have been withdrawn and I stopped trying. I don't try to do anything with my younger siblings, I don't hang out with dad like I used to, and my focus is on moving out. My dad started to notice late last year, and he sent me to a therapist and then decided family therapy was needed for the 2 of us. This is when last week happened. My dad looked really shocked at first and he was apologetic. After we got home, Sharon asked me why I had to be so hard on my dad. My dad and Sharon argued about it. I spent the rest of last week trying to be alone with my thoughts. Our next session is tomorrow. Sharon apologized for saying what she did, but reiterated that she feels like I handled it badly. My dad tried to talk to me since the appointment, but I don't know how to talk to him anymore without our therapist. Am I the a-hole?